Your forwardship, how do you feel about the kind of place the New World's becoming compared to how things were in the past?
I continually think we are our own people like those in Shakespeare, but I am dragged back to reality, and no, we are not our own any more than what we possess is our own. We did not make ourselves. We cannot be supreme over ourselves. We are not our own masters.
So, you are saying you are not allowed to speak your minds? You have to go with the flow, as you might say?
Yes, here in the New World, we strive and achieve happiness. People are happy. They get what they want, and they never want what they can't get.
You seem to be a bit disturbed by your previous comment. Do you have anything else to say on the matter?
Happiness is never grand.
And why is that, may I ask?
Actual happiness always looks pretty squalid in comparison with the overcompensations for misery. And of course, stability isn't nearly so spectacular as instability. And being contented has none of the glamour of a good fight against misfortune, none of the picturesqueness of a struggle with temptation, or a fatal overthrow by passion of doubt.
Since you can genetically engineer everyone to your liking, why not make everyone the same instead of having this hierarchy-like caste system?
Here we believe in happiness and stability. We do not wish to have our throats cut. A society of alphas couldn't fail to be unstable and miserable. Imagine a factory staffed by alphas. It is an absurdity. An alpha-decanted, alpha-conditioned man would go mad if he had to do epsilon simi moron work. Go mad or start smashing things up.
In my walks around the city, I've seemed to find that none of the citizens here know much about the ancestors, the great things that had happened, and do not seem to care about it at all. Do you have any comments on that?
Because they are old happenings, that's the chief reason. We haven't any use for old things here, even if they are beautiful things. Beauty is attractive, and we don't want people to be attracted by old things. We want them to like the new ones.
I can't help but to notice you seemed a bit anxious when giving your statement in another interview about those who are sent away. Other furs have seen this as a punishment, whereas you do not. Why?
People with the smallest sense, who have their own way of thinking at all, will see that being sent away from this place is really a reward rather than a punishment. That person would be sent to a place where he'll meet the most interesting sets of men and women to be found anywhere in the world. All of these people, for one reason or another, have got to self-consciously individual to fit into community life. The people who aren't satisfied with orthodoxy, who've for independent ideas of their own. I, for one, am jealous.
That seems interesting. Why are you in charge of a society that you do so dislike? Why not be with the kind of people you want to be around?
Because finally I preferred this. I was given the choice to be sent to an island where I could have got on with my pure science, of to be taken on the Controller's Council with the prospect of succeeding in due course to an actual controllership. I chose this and let the science go. Sometimes I rather regret the science. Happiness is a hard master, particularly other people's happiness. A much harder master if one isn't conditioned to accept, if unquestioningly, than truth. But duty's duty. One can't consult one's own preference. I'm interested in truth. I like science. But truth's a menace. Science is a public danger. As dangerous as it's been beneficent.
Bah.
It has given us the stablest equilibrium in history. China's was hopelessly insecure by comparison. Even the primitive matriarchs weren't steadier than we are. Thanks, I repeat, to science. But we can't allow science to undo its own good. That's why we so carefully limit the scope of its researches. That's why I almost got sent to an island. We don't allow it to deal with any but the most.